Okay, so let's look at this first think pair share problem. This is negative 4.8 minus 11.69. So notice right off the bat that both of these are negatives. Another way to write this is negative 4.8 plus a negative 11.69. So when these are both the same sign, you're going to add them together and reattach the sign of each to the sum that you end up adding together. It's always a good practice to just put the larger number on top. So 11.69 is a larger number than 4.8. So we're going to put 11.69 on top and 4.8 down below. And notice we are matching, we are lining up the decimal points there. And we're going to go ahead and put a 0 for a placeholder here. So 9 plus 0 is 9. 6 plus 8 is 14 with the point. And so it's 14, carry the 1. So we've got 1, 2, plus 4, which is 6. And then drop the 1 down. And now we take the signs of both of these, since they're both negative, and we're just going to take that sign and bring it down here. So it'll be a negative 16.49. So negative 4.8 minus 11.69 is negative 16.49. All right, let's look at this other example. So with this one, let's rewrite this. We've got a positive 9.58, and that's plus a negative 10. So notice in this case, the signs of the two decimals are different. So one is positive and the other is negative. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the larger one on top, and then we'll subtract them. The larger number is 10. So when we do the difference will have the same sign as the larger number. Okay, so we've got 10, and we're going to put a decimal point there. And then now we've got 9.58. We're going to take the difference. Again, notice that I am lining up the decimal points. And, 10 didn't have a decimal point and any more zeros following it. But we need to put zeros in here for placeholder reasons and for simple subtracting reasons. So the reason is that we're going to be trying to subtract, we've got 0 minus 8. But you can't subtract 8 from nothing. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to have to look at all the places above that 0 to find a value we can borrow from. And we can borrow 1 from the tens place, and that'll give us 10 here in the ones place. Now we need to borrow 1 from this ones place to make that a 9. And that borrowed 1 will make 10 here in the tenths place. And now we can borrow 1 from the tenths place to make that a 9, which will give us a 10 in the hundredths place. And now we can do 10 minus 8. So 10 minus 8 is 2. And then in the tenths place, 9 minus 5 is 4. Bring down the decimal point. And 9 minus 9 is 0. Okay. Now between these two numbers, 10 and 9.58, 10 was the larger number, and it had a negative in front of it. So that means we're going to drop this negative down here, and that is our answer. So 9.58 minus 10 is equal to negative 0.42. Okay. Um, so it might also be useful at this point to maybe try and look at this, just adding and subtracting of decimals or even integers in another way, in maybe a more visual way. So let's maybe draw a number line here across the bottom of this example. And let's put 0 here. And then we're going to have, how do I want to do this? So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. There's -5, -6, -7. Okay, and then over, oh no, wait, let me redo that. Sorry. Gotta leave myself enough room. Let's do this again. Okay, so we're going to put 0 here. And let's do, let me put 5, -10, -15, -20. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And I'll put a +1 on this side, just to show we've got positive numbers to the right of 0 and negative numbers to the left of 0. Okay, so the first number that we've got is -4.8. So where is -4.8 on our number line? -4.8 is right here, just under -5. So this is -4.8. Okay, now we are, we are either we're subtracting 11.69, and since we're subtracting 11.69, that means we're going to be going in a negative direction, which is going to be to the left. And we're going to go to the left 11.69. So from 4.8 here, we're going to go to the left a distance of 11.69. And since we're going a distance of 11.69 to the left of 4.8, that's where if we add 4.8 and 11.69 together, I went a little too far. When we add those two together, we're going to end up right about here at -16.49. Okay. So this is kind of visually on a number line, the motion or the direction we were going when we took -4.8 and then we subtracted 11.69 from it. We ended up going to the left on the number line in the negative direction. So that's why we ended up with this larger negative number at the end of -16.49. Now, let's maybe contrast that with this other example here. Let's do this. Make this a little bit darker so it's easier to see. Here we go. Okay, so this one, that'll work, but let me set this up so I'm reading it from left to right. I apologize for that. Okay, let's do this. We've got 0. Let's put +5, +10. And we've got 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And this will be -1 and -2. Okay. So we're starting with 9.58, and that's a positive number. So we've got positive 9.58. So here is positive 10. So positive 9.48 is going to be right about here. Positive 9.58. And now we're subtracting 10. So again, we're subtracting. So that means we're going to be going in a negative direction because we are subtracting. So when you're subtracting, you go in a negative direction, which will be to the left. And so we're going to be going to the left a value of 10. So when we go to the left a value of 10, we're going to end up right here at negative 0.42. So when we go a distance of 10 in the negative direction from a positive 9.58, we land here at negative 0.42. So, maybe this kind of visual will help you understand, what we're trying to do up here. When I do adding and subtracting of decimals, this visual that I was just giving you, this part is kind of how I see it in my mind. But I see it in my mind this way. I don't know where I picked it up or how I picked it up. Maybe this is what I was taught in elementary school. But this is kind of the mental picture that I end up making whenever I think about adding or subtracting decimal numbers. But you may think of this or conceptualize this a little differently. But anyway, that's adding, subtracting decimals. I hope that helps. Ask me any questions if you need more help with this.